Up next, race number 11. Nitro Truggy. A main. Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right, guys, track is yours. Track is yours. Zach, stay a little further zoomed out on some of when you're following. Stay a little further zoomed out.
Shelton Flowers. Mark Froyley. Greg Kerr. Danny Jolliffe. Derek Zaplotensky. AJ Rodriguez. Brian Iter. Carson Phipps. 1 minute to the start of the race.
Travis. Can I get you to go to the 8?
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay. Hey guys, we were doing it a little bit in qualifying yesterday, but no tripling into the double-double, please. No tripling into the double-double.
30 seconds.
If you want a marshal to be there in that spot, we're not going to triple into the double-double, okay?
$15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, track is closed. Track is closed.
Less than 5.
All right, guys, last chance for fuel. Clean them out. Down, down, down. All right, that is a good start for Nitro Truck. We are racing now. At least it's a little cooler today. This is the first of our 2 30-minute mains. Everybody else trying to get you guys close to 20, 30 minutes, except for Sportsman. Top 3 quickly breaking away. That was kind of to be expected. Then the rest of the field battling up. So just make sure if Carson, AJ, or Brian comes around that you give him plenty of space. AJ gets the top spot as Carson makes a little bit of a mistake on the sweeper mogul. But this is a very long race to recover any of those times. It's not quite the sprint like the qualifiers are. So AJ, Carson, and Brian, 1, 2, and 3. Left-hand side of the track up over that Fusion Graphics double. Into the VIP double. Eider gets it a little bit wrong. So Carson and the rest of them are going to get a little bit of breathing room. Caution on the Fusion Graphics double. Chris getting you back underway. Thank you, Chris. So we got 2 separate battles on the track. We got 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 through 8 are in a good little battle as well. So you got a podium battle and you got a points battle for the rest of the races. Come see us in June at Die Hard RC, another amazing facility in the Northwest. We're going to go Die Hard, and then come back to close it out here at HRCR in August. Just going to run straight May to August this year, a little 4-race series. Not a huge commitment, only got to make 3. Won't have to make 5 or 6. Get you on some of the best facilities with some of the best programs in the country. So Brian with another little bobble, so he's going to lose touch with 1 and 2 now as AJ and Carson closing in on their battle. They're going to start coming up on the back wing of Danny and Derek. And now they have a little bit of open track once again here in Nitro Truck. 345 down, 345 down. We go into a break following this one, guys. Break following this one. So AJ and Carson in a little bit of a battle now. We're going to go stay with that one. As AJ holding off Carson so far, Mark in between the two of them. AJ into that double, left turn double up to the top of the hill now. Carson in chase. That is 1 and 2. AJ clips the pipe a little bit. So here comes Carson now, trying to reel him in up over that table, or that big Fusion Graphics, then the table. into that VIP seating. Oh, Carson's going to look outside. He knows he can't get back around to the line to get AJ there, so wisely backs it down. Lots of racing left in this one. No need for risky passes, but you can bet if it was final lap, the move would have been made right there as they go down the straightaway. AJ gets a little bit wide again. You saw him get a little bit wide the lap before when he got into the back of Danny. Danny thought he was plenty wide outside the racing line. But AJ able to hold off Carson, the two younger guns here in the Northwest. There's a few of them here this weekend. The future of fast times in outdoor tracks here in the Northwest and around the country. You're seeing some great battles right now as they go down that little short chute into that 180. Working back up over into the double, step double. And down into that drop down. Greg, you'll have leaders on you here shortly as they go into the Fusion Graphics. Top to bottom, AJ, Carson, Brian, Greg, Shelton, Mark, Derek, Danny, Jeremy, and Corey. We have one off the fence to the left. If anybody's over by the fence to the left, we have one off the fence to the left. Mark is running over to help out. Caution on the Fusion double, please, while we get Greg back on track. Thank you, guys. Carson right there with AJ. 7 down, 7 down. We're going to start to see some fuel stops now. And Mark Frawley, brings it in. Here comes Danny. Greg and Derek will stay out. AJ stays out, as does Carson. Full floating up with 9 down, 20 to go. 9 down, 21 to go. Oh, AJ with a little bit of a whip save there as they head into that techno double. After driving this track last night in a main, I am even more impressed by the skill level we are seeing here this weekend. 1 and 2 have been together all round long here as they race into that left-hand side, into the Fusion Graphics double, into the VIP double here. Right on the wing is Carson on AJ. Still just about a third of the race in. AJ a little bit wide in that front thing. Ooh, Carson with a little bit of a nose pick and a good save. So no harm, no foul there. Still running clean. AJ a little wide into the carousel. Carson takes a peek. AJ with a big whip save, then clips the pipe. So does Carson into the Fusion double, and they both drive out of it. What a display of skill here into the backside of the track. Your Nitro Truck battle rages on as they go to around Gordon there. Thank you. Or excuse me, Shelton. Same paint scheme as Gordon, different class. Whipping it around the outside. Carson looking for any clean way around the outside, inside, around AJ at all. AJ has not quite given it to him just yet. Some of the biggest cars we have here this weekend on a nice tight racing line. Right there, potentially something to keep in the memory banks. AJ has given a little bit of room after that mogul section. AJ with another save. Oh, he's out in the duff a little bit. Here's a run. Carson knew he had to back it down, otherwise. So Frawley exiting early out of his Truggy race here. And so that'll give him an 8th overall for the points. Carson and AJ slightly separating now. Carson starting to pull away from AJ just a little bit. Down the straightaway goes your leader. Carson Phipps comes across with a 32.7. He has fast lap on lap number 22. It is a 32.3, excuse me. 32.3 here in Nitro Truck. Oh, a little bit of a save there by Carson. Puts it up on two wheels, so AJ will close that gap just a little bit now. $13.50 down. So 14 down, just about 16 to go. 14 down, 16 to go. Break after this, guys. Break after this so everybody can go get their cars wrenched. And ready for kind of a big push here. I will take breaks probably in between most of the A3s. Just for guys to get time to get cars, find marshals, do those sorts of things. Best battle on the track, Carson and AJ and Greg and Danny. Everybody else pretty well spaced out right now. So we're going to start getting some fuel stop laps now. Carson, AJ, Brian, Shelton, and Greg, 1 through 5 right now. Then Danny, Derek, Mark, Jeremy, and Corey. So past the halfway point in this one. Nitro Truck on the track. Carson continues to run good, clean laps out in front. Carson and AJ, best battle on the track. Still 4 seconds here. Carson, AJ, Brian, Greg, and Danny, your top 5. Shelton, even after the flame out, running in the 6. Derek, the 7. Mark, Jeremy, Corey. Carson, AJ, Brian, Greg, and Danny, your top 5. It's a 53-lap pace right now for your top 2 leaders. One more fuel stop in the tank. Carson now has a 7.5 second advantage over AJ, trying to take that TQ plate to a number 1. And the point series lead back to Die Hard in about 1 month's time. Registration for Die Hard will be open, I believe, starting tomorrow night. Once again, any online entries will receive $5 off of every class entry. Except I think Spec Tire, because I have to eat some of the tire costs there. So, but all the other classes, nice little early discount, 15, 20 bucks. Buy yourself some lunch for 2 to 3 classes. Carson, AJ, Brian. Now we got a good little battle, 4, 5, and 6. Greg, Danny, and Shelton. Let me see if I can figure out where those guys are on the track. They're right there with AJ coming into the Techno double now. AJ gets cleaned out a little bit by Greg. And Shelton will go by. $10:15 to go. 10:15 to go. So Danny, Shelton, and Greg over that Fusion Graphics double on the left-hand side. That is the battle for 4, 5, and 6 in crucial points when it comes down to the end of the series, especially on a lower turnout. You kind of want to snag these points when you can, when you may not be able to make an A main at some of the future events. So being able to get a 4, a 5, or even a 6 out of a Nitro A main could be very big, loom large come August. So Shelton trying to reel in Danny, gets a little bit wide in the carousel though, so he'll lose touch with him here. The gap is now spread to 14 seconds back from Carson to AJ, then Brian about 50 seconds back of that. Carson into that VIP double right there. Carson into that VIP double right there with Greg. Greg, excellent work there. Carson, AJ, Brian, Danny, and Shelton, your top 5. Greg, Derek, Mark, Jeremy, and Corey. Danny, Shelton, and Greg still in that good little battle for 4, 5, and 6. That is the closest battle on the track. Danny into the wedge corner right now. And heading back towards the Techno double. Shelton right behind him in the orange and white. Shelton's going to have leader right behind him. So Shelton and Danny battling it out. Shelton's going to get the better. Danny kind of tumbled coming out of pit lane. And then he had his leader right on him, so he had to give a little bit of breathing room. Both him and Shelton jumped to the inside of that little back tabletop. Into the Techno double they go. Danny tries to double in. He does. Greg right there in the mix as well. So 4, 5, and 6. That's the battle we're hanging out with right now. 1 and 2 have a 23-second gap in between them, so nothing really tight there. So we stay with that. Oh, Danny makes a big mistake, so he exits out of that battle. So it looks like it's going to be Shelton and Greg in the back now. into that wedge corner, the orange and white with the orange wing. Then the white, orange, and black of Greg. Just under 6 to go. 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left. Oh, then Greg's going to come in for fuel now. So Danny's going to get by Greg. Carson, AJ, Brian, Shelton, and Greg, your top 5. Danny, Derek, Mark, Jeremy, and Corey with 5 to go. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. We're in a break after this, guys. Break after this. And then it'll be e-buggy. We'll need a few volunteer marshals. I think Carson, AJ, Brian, maybe Danny, maybe Mark are all running e-buggy. So I tried to put a break in there so they could find some volunteer marshals. Nobody within 5 seconds of each other on the track right now, so just keeping an eye on things out there. We'll go back to your leader, Carson Phipps, in the orange and blue down the carousel. Carson, AJ, and Brian right now looking at your podium with 3:30 to go. 3:30 to go. Oh, Brian's going to have a little bit of wing repair now before the next time he puts that thing on the track. Carson, AJ, Brian, Shelton, and Danny, 1 through 5. Then Greg, Derek, Mark, Jeremy, and Corey. 2:45 to go. No real battles on the track. Two to go.
2 minutes left.
Final 1:15 in this one, your Nitro Truck class here at Wildy Events RC Series, WERC Series. If you were unsure what WERC stands for, it is the WYLDE.
1 minute
Events
left.
are radio and then C control. For Wild Events Radio Control Series. I appreciate all participants coming out for round one of WERC here at HRCR. Caution on the Fusion Graphics double. Derek, be mindful. You got marshals down in bad spots. Thank you. That might be the first major mistake we've seen out of Carson back since the early laps. It's going to be the first non-pit 39 that he's probably ran all day. Master clock has expired. Race him to the line. AJ Rodriguez will finish in the 2. So Carson Phipps out on a victory lap now here in Nitro Truck. A main at round number 1 of the Wild Events RC Series, the WERC Series. And Carson Phipps is going to be your round 1 champion. It'll be Carson taking home the top spot here in Nitro Truck. And all stop, all done, all stop, all done.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 12. E-Buggy. A 2 main.
All right, guys, this is about a 10-minute warning for this break. Just about 10-minute warning for this break. Nitro truck.
Oh, we've got 3 more.
No, there's brakes, but they're not all waters.
Oh, one does say water track brake.
Okay, so we got one more. We got this one, and then we got 3 races, and then another
and
water.
One more. Okay. All right, I'll go around everybody up.
Okay. Thank you.
We got water. Yeah. Zero money. And I'll be a perfect track when you have water. Chocolate. I'm slow as shit, but I'm too cautious. Like my fastest lap was like 36. We sell town. $100, you learn a lot. But you still call your time. Just color change. Dialed.
All right, guys, that is the end of the delay. So let's get going into race number 12, please. So if I could get my nitro guys, I need all 8 of you back to the track, please, at least. Maybe a volunteer or 2. This is only a 10-minute race. A lot of guys sat there for your 30, so please come out and sit for their 10. I do have a couple of 10-minute breaks set up in between those A3s, so it'll just be a nice slow pace through. We have one more time of water today. Appreciate everybody's patience. With limited classes, sometimes we have to take a little bit slower through. I can't just run through because I just don't have the bodies. Marshals out, please. Marshals out, please, from race
2 minutes
11.
to the start of the race. Marshals are Car 1 Carson Phipps, Car 2 AJ Rodriguez, Car 3 Brian Iteras, Car 4 Shelton Flowers, Car 5 Derek Zaplotinsky, Car 6 Greg Kerr, Car 7 Mark Froiley, Car 8 Danny Jolliffe, Car 9 Jareem Spilker, Car 10 Corey Ware.
All right, so AJ, Carson, and Brian should have volunteers out there for them, please.
Clayton Groom, Jeff Seahorn,
1 through 9, guys, 1 through 9, please, 1 through 9. Cover buckets 1 through 9.
Liam Coles, Dale Wenstad,
Race 12 track is yours.
Marshall Patton, Kobe Harris, Jake Pedersen, Lance Backey, AJ Rodriguez, Austin Cracknell, One minute to the start of the
All right,
race.
guys, I need 1, 3, and 9. 1, 3, and 9 covered, please. 1, 3, and 9.
Carson Phipps.
Jason's going to get the 1, so I need 3 and 9.
To the start of the race.
I didn't have a car 9, so I might need a volunteer marshal. I need 3 and 9 covered, please. 3 and 9. 10-minute e-buggy race, 3 and 9.
30 seconds to the start of the race.